My first poem is called Inspiration, and the quote at the beginning is by Pablo Neruda. Poetry arrived in search of me. I don't know where it came from winter or a river. I don't know how or when. Inspiration. It could come from anywhere, the core of a carrot, from a fox, wild nights. You searched for it at your computer. It was a Sunday. Nothing happened. You created a new file, labeled it Inspiration. Nothing happened. You Skyped your daughter. She described her life at the university in Wuppertal, learning some German, going to concerts, taking the train to the Netherlands to hear a thesis defense. You checked your email, searched for flights to Guadalajara in January, texted a friend in Maine, arranged to meet her en route in Galveston. You made a cup of coffee, black, no sugar. While eating lunch, watched an old episode of Morse. He was good. When Lek came back from the store with the wrong soup, you shouted at him. Later, you hugged. The sun came out. You rode your bicycle along the river through trees and freckled sunlight. You joined an argument with a man who had parked his van across the cycle path and you nearly fell off. You raced home and showered quickly to go out for dinner. That night there was a blood moon, full, round, a fiery orange, so close it seemed to be moving to embrace you. You stood with Lek in the garden and watched Earth's dark shadow slowly creep across and thought, this is the last time. When next this happens, we too will lie in the shadow. And the next one is love stories. Sunday morning, savour lentil soup sprinkled with coriander, made by the Korean couple who sought sanctuary in the church. Remember well the battered fish, flakes of white flesh, and the chips you ate sitting with your sister, inhaling the tang of salt air on the promenade in Portsmouth. Or after a day's hiking in Tuscany down paths scented with sage and thyme, the pasta you ate, the source of freshly pressed olive oil and homegrown green beans in the village inn. Taste those thin strips of marinated beef barbecued on the beach as you and the family watch the sun slowly set. Your first camping holiday with Lek. The rain never ceased, the black flies persisted, air mattresses leaked. But outside the tent, the campfire flamed, and pork chops sizzled among the baked potatoes, crisping in the fire. 40 years later, the taste still lingers.